And welcome to the next edition of the Spiritual Medicine Digest. And I am so blown away by the amazingly positive response from all the wonderful people who listened to the show between From Heartache to Joy, Aram Syed, and myself on Monday on advanced entity and ET clearing. It was just an amazing experience to interact with everyone, to feel people's energies. It was so huge. And for the wonderful people who I got to do speed healings with, on the line. That was such an amazing experience. So if you missed it, there is definitely a replay going on this week. So definitely get on the mailing list for that replay. So if you're not already on that mailing list, it's KarenCan.com/FHTJ. So that stands from Heartache to Joy. So KarenCan.com/FHTJ. And then you can get on their mailing list, and they'll be emailing you a couple times this week to remind you of the replays. And of course, my special offer, there are 3 packages. Package C, which was the most expensive one, basically just sold like hotcakes. So we actually are in the second tier pricing now. So the first 123 people, I think, got the introductory price, which was amazing, including a 25-minute consult with me. So today I spent the rest of the day, accepting invitations for all my, all the new appointments and all the wonderful, lovely new people I'm going to see. So it's very exciting. But we still have plenty in all the other packages as well. And of course, package C has gone up in price until the next, tier is reached. But package A and package B still the same price. Package A, $99. Package B is $147, and both include both the Ascension 1 and Ascension 2 all in one. So the Ascension 1 is clearing and protection, and Ascension 2 is the healing integration. So you get 3 formats. You get an MP4 video, you get an MP3 with a prayer, and you get an MP3 silent with specially infused Tolpacan energies into the music, and to be able to, see, hear, feel all the wonderful energies to help clear your field and clear your life. And you know what? You can point it in whatever direction you want. So that's the creativity that you get to use. So if you've got a mean boss, for example, or your workplace is very stressful, you can go ahead and play the music anytime. It doesn't have to be when you're at work, at any time, and you can just focus your attention for a moment on your target. So if you want to focus your attention on, your young child that's having nightmares, or, someone's having, surgery, you want to clear the hospital where they're going to have the surgery and, protect them, you can play Ascension 1 for them. And you can do a big long list if you want. I have some patients that write down a whole list of, 10 different things that they want healed, and every day they do that. I love, one of the last testimonials I got was from Carol, who told me her son was very distraught after his grandfather died, and they were very close, and he kind of more or less locked himself in a room and hardly ate for 4 days straight, and so they're very concerned about him, and he was very down, very dark. But then she, got the Ascension. Actually, she was used Ascension 2, even though that one is not designed necessarily to release entities, but that increases the vibration and has the positive morphic fields for joy and peace and oneness and connection to source and God and so on and so forth, and abundance, self-worth, self-esteem. So she was playing this and directing it to him every day. And she told me, after 4 days, he came out of that room with a smile on his face and just expressed love to everyone and kissed and hugged, grandma and her. And it was like such a miracle to have this happen. So I just love stories like that. And that's actually on the page if you want to read it. There's a lot of other really cool stories. And if you did not check out that video, Demon Caught on Camera, or how my students and I did that hurricane healing, you definitely want to do that. So I'll put that link down here on the YouTube page. If you're on YouTube, remember to hit subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, because I do the Spiritual Medicine Digest every week and tell you what's going on. So speaking of what's going on, the past week or so, we have been doing a lot of releasing of beliefs. Yeah, a lot of belief work going on. It's just kind of automated, a lot of mass consciousness beliefs, everything from I don't deserve happiness to I'm not worthy, all sorts of different beliefs. So I tend to feel things in my body. And I got a great session from Lottie Cooper, who you heard from last week. I got a private session with her, and we worked on my, my higher self and higher self and myself sometimes to have disagreements with sources to like what I do and don't have to feel. And so instead of using my clairsentience, I'm now going to preferably use my clairvoyance and claircognizance, which is just knowing. So it doesn't have to come through my body, so I don't have to have bodily symptoms. So for those of you that are empathic or that tend to have stuff come through your body, one of the exercises that she showed me, and we did talk about this on the show last week, but if you didn't quite get the visual, I'll show you what you can do. So if you're empathic like me and you have symptoms in your body, just imagine, you can put your hands in front of you and imagine like a mini you, sort of like Austin Powers, mini me. Anyway, so you have your mini me in front of you, and maybe that's Mother Earth that you are resonating with, or in my case, Mother Earth or mass consciousness. So you can put, in my case, I'm going to put Mother Earth here, but wherever I have, say I have a knee pain, well, that's Mother Earth's knee pain. If I have a shoulder pain, that might be Mother Earth's shoulder pain. And then Lottie asked me to feel what that was like between my hands, and I could feel all this energy swirling around. And then she said, okay, well, make that intention to harmonize it. So now I'm not doing it in my body, I'm doing it between my hands. And so when I say harmonize, I can start to feel the energy. For me, it goes in circles like this. A nice pulsing circle, and then that's harmonized. Okay, and then I'm like, okay, I'm done. So I get to do this for, 5-10 minutes every morning where I work on Mother Earth, because that is my job. It may not be your job, it is my job. So I work on Mother Earth, I work on mass consciousness, and then I put it on a screen like in front of me, like on the upper left-hand side or the right-hand side, whichever you prefer. And if there is some issue of Mother Earth that needs to be dealt with, I can actually have that flag me with a yellow flashing light, like warning, warning, like there's something that needs to happen. And then I can address it there. Or, as Lottie said, I can actually then, because time and space is bendable, I can just say, okay, we're going to harmonize that and harmonize now, and then, we'll check in the next morning for my morning 10-minute healing to make sure that everything is healed. So again, you don't have to do it through your body. So I'm learning, I'm constantly learning how to do this better. So I wanted to share that with you so you can see kind of the visual. And if it helps you, you can even have a doll in front of you, like a little teddy bear or a little doll, and put your hand, all of you, most of you anyway, are Topa-can attuned, so put your hand over that part of you that hurts, and just whoever it is that you're feeling for, go ahead and do a healing between your hands and that. And it's amazing how simple this can be, and also how powerful as well. And you can heal other people that way too. Say you've got someone had a car accident, something like that, and they're in the hospital. You can go ahead and send energy and love to them, and just make the intention for the highest good. So you can take a little teddy bear like that. If you know that their body is hurting, you just put your hands over the teddy bear, just wherever your hands feel intuitively like it wants to go, and just send love and send energy, and you're just the conduit for source, conduit for love. Can't do any harm that way. So that's my little exercise for you today, and just realize that we are releasing a lot of beliefs with these ascension levels. I am getting a little less bloated with with the ascensions. I know for me that sometimes things take longer for me than other people to heal, because I'm a type 4 healer, meaning that I have to figure some stuff out. So recently I realized that some of these soul fragments or vows weren't clearing automatically with the Ascension 1, and for most people it did, but some of the times when you have one or two things that aren't clearing, it's because you need to know about them consciously. You have to bring them to consciousness. And so for me as a healer, because of my high level of responsibility, sometimes I have to be conscious of these things. And the other day I just realized, the soul fragments that weren't clearing automatically was that these are soul fragments from other extraterrestrial beings that have been planted, not maliciously, but have somehow lodged in one of my bodies in another lifetime. And it was just a thought of mine, like, oh yeah, well, if I can do human soul fragments, like, why can't we, you know, have ET soul fragments as part of us? And so that was just an awareness that the universe wanted me to be aware of that possibility. And so now we've actually plugged that intention into Ascension 1, which, by the way, I think I've upgraded Ascension 1 and 2 about 7 times in the last week. So for those of you that that bought my packages, you are getting constantly upgraded the Ascension 1 and 2 products. So they will be more and more powerful as we go along with each ascension. There are new energies available to us that we can infuse into that. So just because it's easy doesn't mean it's powerful. So definitely use them. Use those Ascension CDs. If you have the physical CD, which is very few people, those are just people in my office that don't do MP3s. And then for the most of you that have the MP3s and the MP4s, definitely use them. And there's a great story. My assistant who is listening to the Ascension 2, we've been playing it basically all day long in the office. He said one time at home, one day after he woke up, he heard the music. Now his CD player was not playing it, and he does play the music in his home, but it wasn't playing it, but yet he heard the music. And then he said at that moment, a wave of beautiful healing energy came through, and he felt fantastic. His whole home felt amazing. And it wasn't even playing. So it sort of like has an intelligence on its own. It's something that, his higher self or source or whatever decided he needed, and he had already entrained, like at least auditorily, to the, if that's a word, to the music. And so after a while, you might notice that after, say, 40 hours of listening to this stuff, that you might go into a store and go, oh my gosh, I don't have my phone with me. I can't play the Ascension 1. But you want to clear the place, you just command Ascension 1 to be played for that place. And you might even hear the music in your mind, and then that's all you need. Now, I do encourage you to actually use the product first to really entrain to those frequencies. But after a while, especially like when you get to my level, because I'm doing this all the time, that we can just command it to be sent to whoever without actually having to play the music or the video. But I really hope you enjoy the video because there's some very high vibrational images there. I know some are very haunting. Some people said they're a little haunting for them, but it really is like digging deep, and clearing, these things out of us and healing on a really deep level. So, looking at the images while you're listening to the high vibrational music, while you're receiving the infusion energies, is really quite an experience. So I can't wait to hear some more comments from people after they've had a chance to experience the Ascension products. So it's been a busy Monday, and if you had not caught our radio show with Dr. Dennis Lobstein on how to use the LifeWave energy healing products on the body on acupuncture points that help with immune system balance. So if you have an out of whack immune system or overactive immune system, then these are some of the great acupuncture points that you can use with this great healing tool, which I love using every day. It really helps support me. So if you hadn't caught that, you can check it out. You can go to KarenKan.com, check out my blog. The link is there, or on PatchTrainingTeam.com. And you'll see under LifeWave Radio, you can see the radio show. And by the way, if you haven't visited my website recently, KarenKan.com, I have the homepage revamped. It's not 100% yet done, but it's revamped. It's got some nice colors, and I'm really excited about it. So let me know what you think. I actually put the radio show widget right on the homepage. So for those people that aren't that, savvy when it comes to internet stuff, they can go right on the homepage, and then you can listen to the latest radio shows right on the homepage. Easy peasy, right? Okay, so this week, remember, stay loving as best you can. If something comes up that is uncomfortable, just ask Source to let it go or help you let it go as soon as possible. And just realize that beliefs are still releasing, and so you may have other layers that you have to deal with. And if there is anything in your life any relationship in your life that does not feel comfortable, that is something that you can focus on healing now. It can be that tiny, you know? You can love everyone in the world except for this one person, and they can bug you. And guess what? If it's that subtle and you're fine with everyone else, then that is the relationship you're healing. It doesn't have to be much. Don't let that stuff fester, you know, because then it doesn't feel good after a while, let me tell you. So just work on those things. You don't have to feel uncomfortable around anyone. That's the ascension we're getting to, that you can walk anywhere, talk to anyone from any place, any time, you know, in your life, and look them in the eye and actually feel that source connection between them. You don't have to hang around with them. You don't even have to really like them per se, but you can feel comfortable, you know, and in your dealings with them when your boundaries are nice and solid, and you know, you've healed a lot of your own negative beliefs. So we got some great shows coming up for you. So check out the schedule. Go on my blog, get on my website and newsletter, and we will send out the really cool shows that we have coming up. And we you know, I have so much fun doing these mini healings on From Heartache to Joy, and with my healer friends. That I've been talking to Lottie Cooper, and she's agreed to come back on the show. Yay! So we can do some more speed healings for people. Of course, when Lottie does it, she does it super fast, and I can sit back and just receive. It's awesome. But I will be doing some as well. So look forward to future scheduling, where at least once a month is my intention. We're going to do a radio show where we can do some free speed healings for people. I know not everyone can afford the packages, even though I know $99 doesn't sound a lot like a lot of money for the, you know, thousands of dollars of product that you get. But I know some people are still, you know, in that place, you know, where they just need a boost. So, so that's one of the things that we can give away, you know, these free mini healings, and they're so much fun, and people receive, and it's so wonderful. So look forward to that, and thanks so much for listening, and bye for now. Oh, and by the way, in case you haven't seen on Facebook, we are healing Hurricane Matthew, so please put those in your prayers and use your Topocam healing skills to visualize exactly how you want this hurricane to die down. And the angels did some wonderful work on it already. They actually saw it from space, these what they call sprites. It's funny they call it sprites. You know, these almost these electrical discharges going upwards, which is very rare from the hurricane. And that was after that we had asked Archangel Uriel and his team to go in there to help break up the storm as best they can. And there you go. There's some evidence. Angel working. All right. Love y'all. Have a wonderful week. Bye.